Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Secretary Mattis, the first time I've been able to call you Secretary and not General. Nice to have you here. And, in general, my schoolmate, we were in different years, but both have degrees from St. Michael's and from Georgetown. And I know that in Vermont, they're excited you're going to be coming to St. Michael's next month. No, in May. Mr. Chairman, I'm going to put my full statement on the record, but I note that since 2012, the sequestration law has forced Congress to enact budget cuts in both defense and non-defense spending. It's going to have consequences for a generation. Today, only 1/3 of Army combat units are ready to be deployed. For 2 years in a row, the Navy's faced annual shortfalls in excess of $700 million in ship maintenance, which resulted in critical maintenance periods being canceled. But sequestration has produced terrible consequences for the average American as well. Infrastructure is failing, investment, job training, employment are down, education funding lags behind. That impacts our national security too. Failing infrastructure undermines our national security by weakening economic growth. It creates vulnerabilities in our bridges, our water systems, our electrical grid. We cut money in nutrition, education, research. That hurts us. It actually cripples our ability to provide our armed forces with the men and women they need in the future. Reduced funding for medical research, disease prevention makes us less safe. And slashing non-defense programs to pay for an increase in defense spending is not a solution. National security is not solely the mission of the Department of Defense. The President says he prefers hard power to soft power, but soft power is not weak or wasteful. Failing to invest in America or cutting programs worldwide that feed millions, prevent AIDS, treat tuberculosis, malaria, all the things we do worldwide. If we cut that, it makes the world less stable. I think it makes your job more difficult. Mr. Secretary, you've even said that if we do not fully fund the State Department, we should be prepared to buy more ammunition for the military. I don't think that's a trade you want to have to make. It's not a trade I want to make. So let me ask this. We know that not all national security comes from DOD. We have to have a strong economy, a healthy population to be secure. Could you both speak about why a strong economy is essential to maintaining a strong military? And what about non-military power, such as diplomacy or development? What part does that play in our national security? Mr. Secretary.
Senator, the engine for national security has always been our economy. A strong economy equates to a strong military, and history is pretty compelling. Nations that didn't keep their fiscal house in order, their economy strong, lost their military power. I'm here addressing a readiness issue when I came back to the department in my current role that is severe, and that is why I'm here today fighting for this budget addition, the additional $30 billion, $25 billion of which goes to directly to readiness. And in my role to keep the President and the Secretary of State and our diplomats always negotiating from a position of strength is an obligation that I carry. I don't take any issue with the way you've characterized the budget sequestration and the effect of sequestration on all of our spending. And I would add that we're keenly aware of the sacrifices made by the American people and the other departments in terms of providing the military budget that we're getting, and I owe you a good audit and gain your confidence that we're spending that money wisely. But right now, I think I want to make certain that we've got our diplomats in a position of strength when they negotiate in this increasingly perilous world.
The time of the senator is.
I know that. I didn't know whether you were going to let General Dunford answer the question as asked to both of them. If not, I'll ask him to submit it for the record, and I'd also ask to submit a number of questions for the record.
Thank you, Senator.